How we doing, 10th grade folks? Welcome to day one of this week's virtual learning. It is Monday, August 17th, and whether you're looking at this on the 17th or the 18th, if you are a white day folk, welcome. And I hate that you're not here. I hate that we can't do these things together in person, but we're all in this fight together. So today, all I have for you is we are finishing the curious case of Benjamin Button. Hopefully you're also aware that you need to take attendance in the window in which you would be reporting to your classes. So hopefully this has been communicated to you, but just one more reminder before I kind of just preview these 5 questions for you here. Make sure, for instance, if you are a second block student, that you get in those first 15 minutes of that block and click the attendance quiz. We're doing this so you don't just wake up at 8:10, submit all of your attendance quizzes, and go back to bed. We are hoping, all right, that you can do this virtually. So please just be aware of those quizzes that will take place when your blocks begin and end. Here's what we're taking a look at today. 3 chapters, about 6 pages. We're just finishing the story, The Curious Case of Benjamin Button. In chapter 9, you'll recall toward the beginning, maybe chapter 5-ish, Ben tries to go to college, runs out of his hair dye, and he looks like his father. When he's roughly 20, looks 50 if we're doing the math. He decides now that he is 50, looks 20, to go back to college. Where he goes, you will see there, and he has a rather interesting football career. Maybe there's some hyperbole here, but I'm asking you, summarize that experience with a focus on that football career. In chapter 10, Benjamin initially is excited. Something happens that gives him great joy. I'm just asking that you summarize the happenings of this paragraph and just kind of going to give you a heads up here, people. Chapters 10 and 11, the mood shifts a little bit and it maybe becomes borderline depressing. Additionally, this is something we will do a lot in class, specifically on short answer type responses. Sometimes it is appropriate to cite direct textual evidence in the form of a quote. So I wanted to give you an example here of how to do that. You will include the parenthetical phrase there with the page number, and then the punctuation will actually go after that. So when appropriate, if you can throw one of those in there, feel free. All right, I just wanted to kind of note how you correctly do that. I'm sure Mrs. McClung or H helped you with that as well. So that is just a reminder. Chapter 11 is the final chapter of the story. Briefly summarize his second attempt at kindergarten. You'll recall the first time his teacher was worried that he was dying when he fell asleep in class because, again, he looked like a grandfather. So compare and contrast this experience with his first experience. Is it better? Is it worse? Does he enjoy it? Does he not enjoy it? How is his ultimate happiness going at this stage of his life? 65 probably looks about 5. And then the last question from the actual reading, how would you describe the mood at the end of the story? And then, explain the reasoning, defend your selection with some textual evidence. Why do you land on that mood? And then the last question, I like to, more often than not, give you a chance to kind of express your opinion. What are your overall thoughts of the story? Do you have any bigger takeaways? Does it seem like there's a moral or a theme? Are there life lessons that we can gather from this obviously not true story? So in a paragraph, just kind of reflect on your thoughts with regard to Benjamin Button. And if you just hated the story, feel free to talk about why. All right, there are no right or wrong answers. It's open-ended, but what are your takeaways as the story ends? That is all I have for you for today. Next class, people, we're going to dive into that vocabulary unit 1. If you have not done the stuff from last week, especially you third block folks and the 1W kiddos I've yet to meet face-to-face, those things are still open, all right? And if they're not in the grade book, you may still do them for full credit. So please, if there are some things from last week, everything's still in those modules. If there are things you haven't gotten to, tackle those. I am here for you. Inbox me on Canvas, shoot me an email, and I will get back with you ASAP. All right? Hopefully we can see you next week, but if not, I will at least see you on Wednesday or Thursday, and we'll tackle some vocab stuff, maybe start another short story. This one will be quite a bit short. Holler with questions. Good luck this week. Stay safe. And again, we're all in this fight together. So be careful out there, and we'll see you soon.